and take off that wig and those Joan Crawford pumps you limped into town upon with Yvonne. Bruce, oh God, the lyrics are like gone right out of my head. Bruce, I'm not one to mock a civilized frock, Bruce, but you're wedded to schlock, Bruce, to sequins and sleeves, that gold lame jumpsuit with wimple. You all just think about that for a moment, and I'll is simply an also-ran. You look like a hag, Bruce. Now don't be a drag, Bruce. When aping a woman, dress like a man. Bruce, you've got to reduce. Spruce up that caboose, Bruce. Or wear something loose, Bruce. You're lacking allure. And get off the Godivas and Nestle Road pies and banish those H&M stretch skinny jeans. They seem to be undersized thunder thighs. Bruce, you've read too much Proust. You're getting confused, Bruce. We are not amused, Bruce. Your wardrobe is gauche. You're not Madonna or Cher. You're acting just as I feared. I'm pleading with you, Bruce. You're making me blue, Bruce. For haute couture's sake. Bruce, shave off your beard. Little Rachmaninoff during Bruce, never heard of Bruce. I've run out of juice. Don't ever wear puce, Bruce. You're lacking allure. Last night at the Met, Bruce, you looked like a troll. And who were those mean-looking, awful old queens resembling some bustle truck casual foe? Bruce. I don't mind those earrings, that handbag, that beauty mark on your knee. But I'm begging of you, Bruce. You're making me blue, Bruce. Don't call yourself Sue, Bruce. Stick with Marie. My friends of the Late Show, we have now entered into the wonderful wide world of a songwriter who was a great friend of mine, one of the great performers of New York City nightlife, piano singer. He was one of a kind, and he was also one of our great songwriters of this genre of people who tell stories through songs. His name was John Wolowitz. John Wolowitz wrote that song that I just did for you. He was described in the New York Times as the American later half of the 20th century Noel Coward. He had an eye for people, and he was able to put it into song. He wrote Bruce. He wrote this. He wrote this. I don't know about your friends. Well, I really don't. I don't know about your friends. But I know that all my friends are looking younger than ever. I mean, just look at Elaine and Vinky and Fred. Where their morals are loose, their flesh is taut. In a matter of weeks, with the modern techniques for improving physiques, they have altered their beaks and they've lifted their cheeks, and now everyone speaks in society's cliques of the marvels that science has wrought, of the marvels that money has bought. Like, for example, just last week, between brunch last Sunday and cocktails, an old family friend named Kate had a surgical fet that we marvel at yet, for she showed up that evening for dinner at 8. Now, just at noon, she'd been weathered old wreckage, akin to the ruins of Greece. But by 7 that night, all her stitches were tight. She resembled her grandnephew's niece, where her dewlaps and wattles had flourished in chaotic Baroque disarray, lay an exquisite kind of velvety ride with henna triumphant where once there was grain. Now, since our Kate was a bit of a hellion, we all wondered how much she would dare. She had been warned in advance not to speak, smile, or glance, or even to comb out her hair. Well, she ordered a triple martini, which arrived with some ice and a straw. Now, I thought it foolhardy, but this was Kate's party, so as she sipped it, we watched her in awe. Good Lord! There goes part of her chin line. And down drooped her left eye so blue. And that velvety neck, which took decades to wreck, fell apart in a moment or two. Well, we hauled her right off to Payne Whitney in a jitney so chic you could scream. Now, she felt it all sliding, so she went into hiding, while the doctors stitched up every seam. Now, of course, this discourse has a moral. Seek beauty wherever it thrives. But as we grow older, the eye of the beholder seeks nothing but scalpels and knives. So let all that flesh crash around you. Let gravity tug at your bones. And don't be like Kate, who learned much too late that stitches can't resurrect bitches and crowns. However, However, I've heard of this guy in Geneva who does the most fabulous things. Why, it's mind-blowing with his chopping and sewing, and suddenly my heart has wings. So it's off to the Alps in the morning. I'm going to look just like a kid, but I'll recuperate carefully, not like Kate, who said prayerfully, I'll stay young if it kills me. It did! Now, John Waller, oh, you're just having a salad. You careful little minx, you. Meanwhile, you're just going for the carbs. Pasta. What are you, running a marathon tomorrow? You enjoy yourself. Those of us who watch our figure despise people who eat pasta in public. Actually, I don't despise you at all. You enjoy yourself. But John Wallowich, my dear friend, and great songwriter, to me he was the quintessential New York songwriter. He wrote about people who live in New York and the experience of living in New York. This is a thing, living in New York. Now, some of you may have lived in New York your whole lives. Maybe you didn't. I didn't. God, I hate saying this. I'll say it, fuck it. It's the Late Show, let it all out. I was born in Waterloo, Iowa. Yay! Ah, fuck you. You've never been there or you wouldn't say yay. I heard of Waterloo, Iowa. Exactly. Waterloo, Iowa. Iowa is our nation's pork state, and I'm Jewish, and that's all I want to say about it. It was a Dickensian upbringing. Facebook people. You people on Facebook, you don't even know what it is to grow up in Iowa.